Welcome to this Thursday edition of the recruiting update breakdown, we'll call it. I'm Jerry Hamilton, joined by CJ Vogel as always. CJ, we're a couple of days away here from the Texas's big visit weekend, second big visit weekend of the season. 6 official visitors. A number of commitments are also expected in town. We're going to get to the main reason for this video, though, is CJ was out at Georgetown High on Wednesday to see recent Texas offers, and this weekend, 2 of the official visitors this weekend, Jett Walker and Kaden Sherer. But CJ, we're going to start first with the official visitors list and a big 5-star unofficial visitor committed to Texas.
Yeah, absolutely. You see it here. It's going to be a big weekend, and big might be underselling a little bit of what Richard Anderson will bring to the table. That is a big kid, Jerry. We have, of course, have talked about this for a couple of weeks now being a possibility. It is confirmed he will be making the trip with high school teammate Hayward Howard out of Edna Cara in Louisiana. But that is something Texas has been working on for quite a while, dating all the way back to the spring when communication was loosely occurring then. Now it's starting to heat up in Texas right now, looking to take advantage even more so as LSU continues its head coaching search. But that to me is one of, if not the absolute largest visitors on campus. And Jerry, you can go even further in with Texas trying to poach away from LSU as well.
Yeah. Bryson Martinez, the offensive tackle, saw him last week at East Ascension. What an impressive athlete. 6'6", 307. Looks like he weighs 285. They play him all over the field from offensive line to tight end to wildcat quarterback. He's an up back on punt team. He started playing defensive line a month ago. Looked very comfortable at 3 tech. Even they play him a little 5 tech. But he's an offensive tackle all the way at the next level, and that'll be interesting to see where that recruitment goes. We're going to talk about Kaden Sherer and Jett Walker in a second, but I want to mention Josiah Vilmel, the 4-star or the talented defensive back out of Fort Bend Travis, who they lost in the Pearland in the state playoffs last week, but a guy who's one of the rising seniors in the state, also has real speed with high 10.5s, low 10.6s in the 100 meters. A guy that Oklahoma State took as a flyer because he missed the vast majority of his junior year with a shoulder injury and came back and ran track. He's already made official visits since decommitting from Oklahoma State to Baylor, Arizona State, Arizona. I think Arizona State may be out in front of those, but I think Texas is the team to beat. Then you saw on that visitors list Charlie Gillette, the tight end committed to Texas, who will be visiting from Portage, Michigan, which is just south of Kalamazoo. He'll be making his official visit this weekend. But then one of the names on that list that I want to mention before we get to CJ, what he's going to tell us about some 27s, and then we get into that interview with the Georgetown guys, is Richard Wesley. Got a text from a family member yesterday that said Richard Wesley is coming in this week in the 5-star edge out of Sierra Canyon in Chatsworth, California. Having a big season, even though he's not playing a lot of snaps, probably playing half the time because they're so good at Sierra Canyon. 29 tackles, 12.5 tackles for loss, 8.5 sacks. If they're playing if they were having a tougher time with these teams, let me say, because they've just been dominant on defense, he'd be a 15-plus sack guy as a senior. I saw him in July in a workout. He looked really good. And he'll keep coming in. Obviously, Hayward Howard, as CJ mentioned. We think there's a chance another 26 or 2 may show up this game as well. We'll keep tracking that into Saturday morning, see who else shows up. But CJ, I know you made another stop out in the Syntex area on Thursday. So tell us about that, and then we'll get to that Jett Walker and Kaden Sherer interview.
Yeah, looking a little further ahead down to 27s and even a couple of 2028s here. I was at Pflugerville Weiss Thursday morning to see Trey Moore, one of the top wide receivers in the state of Texas. He said, look, I'm still have the Texas A&M game circled on my calendar to get out to go see Texas once again. He's been out to a handful of games this year as well. He's at Oklahoma this weekend. A&M's a big contender, as is LSU. So, look, back on campus for that Thanksgiving afternoon day, that Friday after Thanksgiving for the Texas A&M game. But I did want to mention 2 2028s because they're beginning to rise quite a bit. The first is Jordan Anderson. He'll be joining Trey Moore, the wide receiver, over at Oklahoma this weekend. He's starting to really heat up. He has over 1,000 yards as a sophomore right now. And then on the opposite side of the ball, Tylen Henderson was actually offered by Ohio State, a 2028 linebacker, 6'2", 6'2.5" right now. Boy, he looks impressive in pads. So really eager to see how things move and develop moving forward with Texas. Both of them have been on campus a couple times right down the road, but both are really starting to heat up and look to be some of the top players in the state for the 28 cycle.
All right, without further ado, we're going to get to the main reason we shot this video today. We wanted to give you guys a visitor's update, but now we'll take you to the interview with the Georgetown guys that are going to be visiting Texas officially this weekend that CJ got on Wednesday when he was at the practice.
All right, Jett, big game coming up this weekend. Just real quick, put in your own words, how excited are you for another playoff game? You get to play right back home. How excited are you for the challenge this weekend?
I mean, it's awesome to be able to play in your home stadium for one more game. I mean, first round we got a home game, second round we get a home game. So, be able to play with these guys and here, it means a lot.
And, of course, I know recruiting has really caught up last week. Texas came in with the offer. What did that mean to you? What were some of the emotions and the initial reactions to that offer coming in?
Well, as a little kid, you grow up in a Vince Young jersey, going to DKR and watching them on TV every Saturday after your flag football game. Yeah. So it's really a dream come true for them to offer. So it was pretty emotional. It was pretty awesome.
Was that a big part of your childhood, was growing up watching Texas?
Oh, yeah, because my grandma went to Texas, my great-grandma went to Texas, and we played the Eyes of Texas at her funeral. So, I mean, it's a big deal in the Walker family.
What was the Walker family reaction to the offer?
I mean, I wasn't with them when they offered me, but when I got home, I was in the car and I was calling my dad, and I was letting him know. He's like, man, that's awesome. Because we had no idea. Yeah. We had know that Coach Flood came to the game, and we've been in contact with Coach Scott, but it caught us a little off guard. But then I told my little brothers when I got home, and it was awesome for them. Yeah. They were happy for me.
I know, look, that's probably been a school that you've watched for a long time. Now that the offer's here, I mean, does that change anything in your recruitment? Where does Texas kind of fit? I know you're going down this weekend, but where do they kind of fit right now, big picture-wise?
It's a big deal for me just because, the piece I just told you about, growing up down here. But I definitely got to weigh my options and, see what's best for me. I took an OV to Minnesota 2 weeks ago. Now it's time to take an OV to Texas and, weigh my options and see what's going to work out best for me.
And go back to Coach Scott a little bit. I know you said that y'all have been in communication. Obviously, you have the ties to your time committed to West Virginia. What's your relationship like with him, and how often are y'all talking now?
My relationship, it goes all the way back to February with him. Okay. So our head coach, his nephew, works at West Virginia, and so he pushed my film through to Coach Scott, and Coach Scott said within 24 hours he offered me. Yeah. So we've had that relationship for a while. And for him to be able to contact me in the spring when he got to Texas and keep that relationship through the fall, it means a lot, and to be able to get an offer from Texas by him means a lot as well.
Yeah, and then I know right now you're what, 6'2"?
Yes,
6'1", 6'2"? 6'2" what?
6'2", 215.
215?
Yes, sir.
What do they say about your game? Obviously we've talked a lot about how Texas runs the football. They'd like to get more in between the tackles. What do they say about your game that would fit and translate to the next level?
Well, a lot of people think I'm just like some big power runner, but I also got the home run speed, as some people say, to go score big touchdowns. And so I feel like I'm deceivingly fast. People don't think I'm gonna be fast, but I mean, just a football player.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You talk about deceivingly fast. Do you have any track times, any 40 times? What?
This recent spring I ran 11 flat in the 100, and then 23 flat and 200.
Yeah, doing that at 210, 215?
Yes, sir.
It's pretty impressive. Well, you're going to Texas this weekend. What are you hoping to see? What have you not learned about so far from Texas that maybe you're hoping to get an answer to this weekend?
Well, I'm looking to get more into their vision for me. Okay. When I go on OVs, that's a big thing I look for. Is what they have planned for me and what they have in store for me. Right. Because I feel like that's what matters most for the next 3 to 4 years of your life is how they're going to use you and your impact at that school.
Of course, and then is staying close to home important to you? I know it's only about a 30-minute drive.
I don't mind staying close to home, but I also don't mind going far away. It's whatever's going to be best for me.
Yeah, and I like asking this question towards the end, but when folks turn on your tape, what will they see? What do you hope they see? And obviously, we've seen the stats, we've seen some of the highlights, but beyond that, what do you hope that folks watch and say, wow, okay, I didn't know this originally?
I mean, they're going to see just a big physical runner that, can also get in the open field and dust you.
And dust you. I like it.
Yes, sir.
Jett, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
All right, out here at Georgetown, one of the Texas' most recent offensive line offers, Kaden Sherer. You got a big game coming up this weekend. You get to play at home.
Yes, sir.
What's your excitement level for another playoff game?
It's awesome. This is actually the first time we've had back-to-back playoff home games. Our coach did a flip for it, and so it's awesome. We get to play the number 2 team in the state, and I like our odds.
Yeah, absolutely, and of course, these games are important. You're a senior. Talk a little bit about your leadership on this team as well.
Yeah, so obviously I'm one of the captains, and we do players choose the captains, and so I'm lucky enough that our players look up to me, and so it's really just leading the O-line and then other players. I enjoy it a lot. I love our guys here, and it's something special that I've taken.
Of course, getting to recruiting, I know it's kind of been a whirlwind for you recently, but that Texas offer came in last week. What were kind of the emotions and kind of the initial reaction that you had to that offer?
Yeah, so I think that was Thursday. Coach Sark called me, so that was pretty cool. And it sort of just hit me like, that's crazy, like growing up here, being like 30 minutes down the road or 45 minutes down the road. It was pretty special to have the UT offer and just it being right in my backyard. And you know, everyone even at the school just wears a UT shirt or UT hat, and so I see it all the time, and so it was definitely something special.
Now, you said you grew up here. How often had you been to Texas? Had you been in contact with the staff very often beforehand as well?
No. Oh, well, so I think my junior year I went for a game day visit.
Okay.
And then they came back out in spring ball of my junior year. I think it was the running backs coach, and he came out and talked to me and Jett a little bit, and then it really sparked back in August or September, and since August or September they've just been in constant communication, and then I went back out for the game day visit.
Well, good deal. And then on top of that, what's kind of their pitch to you? Because you were what, 6'6", 6'7"?
Yes.
What are you?
6'6".
6'6", and then what are you weighing right now?
285.
285. What's their pitch to you? Is it tackle? Is it guard? Is it, hey, you know, if you get to campus, we'll just kind of figure it out as you go?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, we haven't talked much. We're gonna do it on the OV. That's one of the things we're gonna talk about on the OV. But Coach Flood talked about a little as like a tweener, as like either guard or tackle, or just play anywhere, and just wherever gets me on the field and I can help. But we're going to talk more about it on the OV.
Of course, and talk a little bit about your background, because I understand that you played a lot of sports growing up.
Yes,
your parents are athletes. You know, what's a little bit about you there?
Yeah, so I played all sports growing up. Like, I'm talking, me and Jett ran track together. Yeah. I did the 800 meter, I did javelin, basketball, football, soccer, anything you could.
So everything with the ball.
Yeah, and then middle school, it was just mainly football and basketball. Played tight end. Freshman year, played tight end. And sophomore year, I played D-end and tight end. And then our old O-line coach sort of talked me into moving to O-line.
Right.
And so junior year, going into junior year, I flipped to O-line for the first time. And that's where I've been ever since, and I love it.
Well, good deal. And I don't want to put words in your mouth, so I know that you've been committed to Stanford for a while. Where are you right now in your commitment? Are you still evaluating everything? I know the visit's coming up this weekend, but you know, just kind of put in your own words, you know, how is the recruiting process kind of playing out for you as it stands?
Of course. I'm still committed to Stanford. I love my guys up there. The recruiting class, we got something special going for sure.
Yeah.
We should be hiring a head coach soon. So that's something I'm waiting on for sure, and that's only really the only thing I'm waiting on, is just to find out who the head coach for Stanford is going to be. And then with Texas, I mean, it's UT. Like, they're obviously a top school. They're always in the AP top 25. It's right here in my backyard. Like, I'm just going to drive and visit it, and you know, why wouldn't I? Like, it's a simple drive. I get to go with Jett and spend time with my family and just experience the environment.
Of course, Stanford, Texas. I mean, what you're a smart kid, man. I mean,
yes, sir.
What do you get? You already know what you plan on studying?
Yes, sir. I'm going to study business.
Well, there you go.
Yes,
and on top of that, what do folks, when they turn on your tape, what do you hope they see? What will they see?
I hope, and I think they'll see that I'm athletic. I think they'll see that I work well in space, and that, you know, that I have a little bit of nastiness to me, and that you know, I enjoy getting to the backer. I enjoy going out to the safety and moving around, and but I can also work the trenches, and you know, that's the main goal first, is work the trenches and then get up to the second level. And so I think they'll see that I have a bunch of tools in my bag for sure.
Well, good deal, Kaden. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.